Mark Waid, Dan Jurgens, and Norm Rapmund head into the multiverse as the Flash goes searching for the Anti-Monitor in a bid to stop the villain from continuing his plan from the original Crisis. Mark Waid dives back into the multiverse for some fun celebration of the idea of superheroes and what they mean, sitting this celebration in a cool story of Barry battling the Anti-Monitor and getting some revenge for being killed back during the original Crisis on Infinite Earths. It was a really loose plot, giving a decent amount of reason for bringing the Anti-Monitor back and tying it to the return of the Infinite Earths from Dark Crisis, but the battle was never the main plot. Waid's fantastic celebration of all things multiverse is, and the idea that no matter the universe, no matter the timeline or anything, there is always heroes that protect humanity and show the world what the best of humanity can be. And it manages to transcend the whole separate universe thing, and somehow all these Earths have heroes. It's something that has always drawn me into comic books and multiverses and different timelines and canon, is why I really love comics so much, and Waid captures it wonderfully through Flash's journey. Also, Waid gives us some really cool confirmations through the use of different Earths, like where the Dark Knights of Steel and Deceased universes fall within the multiverse, as well as Batman 89 and Batman 78 existing in the same universe, which is really quite fun. Both the Burton Batman and the Donner Superman are on the same Earth. That's just so cool. Dan Jurgens and Norm Rapmund add a very timeless feel to the Flash's adventure, exploring all these different universes with dazzling colours and large-scale action that harkens back to the original Crisis and the comics Dan and Norm did during the 90s. Dark Crisis Big Bang Issue 1 was a thoroughly enjoyable romp through the infinite multiverse that highlighted the wonder of a set of worlds where anything and anything can happen as long as you have the imagination to bring it to life. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10. Dark Crisis Big Bang Issue 1 finds the Flash telling Kid Flash that he is looking for the man who murdered him. Barry explains the map of the multiverse inside the House of Heroes and how until now, the cosmic limitations of them were finite. That's been lifted thanks to Prior, and now there are infinite number of Earths again. Wallace realizes that Barry mentioned that they were rediscovered, so Barry reveals the events of Crisis on Infinite Earths to Wallace, telling him of the Anti-Monitor and how Flash needed to stop him, so he overloaded his machines, but in the process was killed, and many believed him to be dead, but really he was just lost in the Speed Force until Wally rescued him. Wallace asks about the Anti-Monitor, learning that he was defeated but he was nigh indestructible and currently is missing. Barry says that he sees the infinite multiverse as a crime scene and Anti-Monitor could be out there, and if he is, they need to stop him once and for all. Barry knows that he can't beat him directly, but this is a recon mission to find the villain and then call in for backup, telling Wallace to match his vibrations as they speed off into the multiverse. As they speed through various Earths, Barry explains that many universes aren't too different from theirs, since the idea of superheroes seems to transcend the vibrational barriers between universes, and while on some worlds time moves slower or faster, the traditional notion of evolution has been thrown out the window, and while darkness is out there and there are terrifying worlds, they pale in number compared to those whose heroes inspire, represent humanity at its best. Barry tells him that the adventures of the heroes are hopeful, not cynical, even if they are just ideas on paper. The heroes arrive on Earth 28 to find the Anti-Monitor battling the Justice League's mechs, proclaiming they are not champions or even insects to him. Flash tells Wallace to keep moving, but Kid Flash is caught by the Anti-Monitor. Flash knows he can't take him on directly, so he decides to pull a very dangerous move he doesn't do very often, speeding around the planet over and over again to generate some near infinite mass to deform space and time with, securing it in his fist, which he uses to punch Anti-Monitor, sending him spiraling through 6 different universes before landing in Earth 49. Flash continues his assault, smashing him again and again and again through different universes with his charged fists. Flash and Anti-Monitor fall through even more universes before arriving in Earth 789, where the Anti-Monitor manages to blast Barry, taking him across more worlds as he recognizes who the Flash is, wondering if the hero is there to entertain some meaningless fantasy of vengeance and to test his mettle against the supreme deity. Arriving on Earth 17, Flash is blasted over and over again as he reminds himself not to let himself get killed by this villain again. Suddenly, the Anti-Monitor is blasted by the Bat Lantern as Kid Flash has assembled a team from all over the multiverse to fight back. The heroes attack as Barry finds it incredible the heroes from all different Earths that don't know each other knew instinctively to come together as a team. Barry knows that they aren't winning since they don't have a plan other than attack, but he has one that might work in 2 parts. Barry gets to work on the first part, telling a group of the heroes to find the antimatter universe Anti-Monitor is from and open it, since they might be able to trap him back in there and exile him to it. So a part of the team head off to try and find it fast, and the heroes work quick, finding the rift and pulling it open, while the other team work to keep the villain occupied, while Flash again speeds around the Earth to gather up energy. He knows by hitting him the final time, he risks getting himself pulled into the rift as well. Barry finds himself not ready to die, but he started this fight and he has to be the one to end it. He knows people say your life flashes before your eyes before you die, but it doesn't happen to him. It moves at a crawl, giving him enough time to linger on every moment and every win and loss and heartbreak and joy, making him realize that he did good. He tackles the Anti-Monitor into the portal, but before he can be pulled in, Bat Lantern saves him with a construct, closing the rift behind the hero. Flash tells the heroes that all he wants to do now is stand still for a moment and rest and be thankful he's alive, but he also finds out that he really wants to just appreciate the wonder of the multiverse, a place where they all have a door to places without limits and where there are no rules, just flying. Kid Flash and Flash head back to Earth Zero as Flash knows that the multiverse is the place where anything and everything can happen whenever they just step through the door and just imagine.